Let me know when you see it on there.
Okay.
There we go. All right. Keep that playing, please. I need your help on this. So.
Okay.
All right. You texted that to me, right? Let's see if it's actually. Okay. Yeah, we good. All right. Hello.
Hello.
We finally did it. We
Yep.
had some technical difficulties.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So now it's going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So your question was, what are we going to talk about, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to talk about the Biden inauguration.
Okay.
A grown man and a 10-year-old are going to talk about Biden inauguration.
I mean, we've talked about that before. All you do is blabber about that. Yeah. Also, we haven't seen it yet, so.
I know, but we're going to talk about it. Today was the day. We didn't really watch it.
No, I didn't watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. But what, let's see. We got it. Let's see. So what happened with Biden?
Well, he won the election.
Right.
And today was the day Donald Trump passed the presidency to Biden.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So then he, let's see. So now he took the oath of office and he goes into the office, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you know who his vice president was?
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris? I don't know how to pronounce
Kamala Harris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she is the first female to ever become a vice president.
Mm-hmm.
We've never had a female president. So she's the first female to be, I think she's partially black, or she's Indian and something, I'm not sure. But
yeah, I read something about that.
Yeah.
I forget.
So that's a big deal. What do you think about Biden being president? So you've heard me talk on about all sorts of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see what you picked up from me, and then whether we think or whether you're bringing it together cohesively or you missed the point. So what do you think about him being president, first of all?
Well, if it's good or bad, or like.
Yeah. Come on. You gotta say something. People are waiting and watching. Well, do you think it's good or bad?
Well, from what you've heard.
No. Well, yes. You've only really heard anything I've ever said. So go ahead. So we're gonna look at the effects of what a parent has on their belief system of their children's belief system until they get old enough to really, really, really think for themselves.
From what I've heard from you, my perspective is that Joe Biden being president is bad.
Okay. Do you have any reason why?
For one, the something about a deal with China.
No.
No, not that.
Well, I think that's going to be an issue with China. But so pretty much don't know anything. You just get the connotation that he's bad.
Yeah,
he's bad,
from you.
Okay, he's bad. He's not good. So what do you think about Trump?
That I've heard a little more about Trump, so that he might be a narcissist, but he is. You said that. Said that.
I know.
But he is doing mostly good for the country.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Through his policies. Even though him as a human being is abrasive, him as a human being, his policies are pretty good. Okay, so we got Biden. And then what do you think's going to happen with Biden? Any idea?
About him
I mean,
being...
did you see, have you seen anything about him at all?
No, not really.
Okay. All right. So he has trouble talking
Yes.
and putting things together sometimes.
Yeah, actually, I read an article today for school about Biden and Kamala Harris. And I read that he has a stutter problem.
Oh, you read that, did you?
Yeah, it was in Scholastic News.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
so
interesting.
Since he was a child, since he used to have trouble public speaking as a child.
I'm sure he did a lot of public speaking as a child. That's sarcasm. So I don't think he has a stutter. Because when you go back and look at the old tapes of him talking, there's no stutter. Now, granted, that, to be fair, that can become more pronounced as you get older and cognitive function declines, meaning your brain, basically, right? Like yours is growing, mine's falling apart. And but I don't see him having trouble speaking words, because stuttering is stuttering. You get stuck on a letter or maybe two letters trying to get it out, and he doesn't have that problem. He might have a little bit, but that's not in relation to the fact that he has a problem making coherent and cohesive sentences.
Yes, I also read something about him having to repeat words multiple times to get, like, when it's kind of like when you're talking really fast and you have to repeat a word a few times.
So that's what they're teaching you in school. That's what you read today.
Yeah.
So you know what that says to me?
What?
They're preempting you to look at him and quote understand, or sorry, not understand, but excuse away the reason he has a stutter. Or sorry, the reason why he can't form a cohesive sentence because he has a stutter or repeats words. So I got to read this later. You gotta show me.
Yeah, I can show you.
Yeah, because that's definitely something interesting that I would like to know about. I actually have your school right here. Where would I go?
Okay, so
Why
go.
is Netflix on here? Go ahead.
Oh no, that's the wrong thing. But it's. No, it would be my school email. You don't have my school email.
Take it off of here.
Yeah.
Because you used to do everything on here.
Yeah, but I have it's.
Sophia, right there. Oh no,
I know,
that's
but
your
it's,
right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's that right there. So let's see. I know this has got to be so exciting for people. So where?
So go to classwork.
Okay.
And then go scroll down.
Mm-hmm.
Down more.
You get. Okay. Go ahead.
Hey, you're not in. Huh. Weird. Okay.
Oh, there it is. All right. Let's see. This is very interesting.
Okay, so
Go to where?
Log in somewhere. It's log in somewhere. Okay, there we go.
But we're gonna have to put in your info. So it's gonna be your email, or.
I think my other email.
Yeah. I don't know what we're doing. We're going to lose people. All right, it's not working. Shoot, we were so close.
We've gone down one. There's now 3 people watching. No, I can't. Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, you can do Google. Actually, you can. I'll show you later. All right, well, whatever.
Yeah, we've gone down
so
one.
So that's very interesting that they have... Oh, we lost a viewer. See? We just bored them to death.
I was trying to tell you that.
Yeah, put on music. There we go. Oh, Karina's in the background.
The same music you use every time.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
So, let's see. So, they're showing this or telling you this, right? This is the things you got to look out for. They're going to tell you how awesome he is. So, I want to report back later, as the months go by, of you telling me what they see or what you see and what they say about the presidents. So, anytime anything political comes up, let me know.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll probably be next President's Day.
Maybe, unless you're learning about presidents in general or politics or whatever. I mean, granted, today was a big day, so they're going to actually have something to say about it, but we're going to have to wait and see. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, what else? Anything else? How are you doing in school with this online learning?
I think I'm doing very well.
Right. That's the problem. You're probably doing too well. You're not being challenged enough. Because I know you're killing it. It's like super simple, right?
Yeah. The only reason I might not be killing it is because I just don't feel motivated to do my schoolwork.
Yeah.
Because I'm not in a classroom with all these students,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not, being taught, and I'm not kind of.
But you're still doing it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just not as motivated.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think? When do you think you're going to get back to school? Because you'd really like to get back to school, right?
Yes. Honestly, with especially since probably when I'm in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
I'm breathing too loud, aren't I?
It's okay. I turned the gain down a little. We need a pop mic. You need to talk into it, I think. Try that.
Okay.
There you go. Actually, like that.
Okay.
What were you saying?
So, probably in middle school.
Yeah, when you're in middle
Yeah.
school, so you think you're going to skip? You're finishing 5th. You think you'll skip the whole 6th grade before you go in?
I'm not hoping to, but.
Or did I say
might.
hoping? Sorry, I meant thinking that you'll skip the whole grade. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You might be right, or at least I don't know if we'll go to.
First
we might go to
semester.
back to school in fall, but yeah, you might miss the first semester. Yeah. That's tough. You miss your friends?
Yes.
You have no friends virtually right now, huh?
I have one friend.
No, but I mean you have no friends literally that you've seen and played with from school.
No.
Is that because you don't have any friends?
That's mean. But no, I do have friends.
No, I know you do, but everybody's scared, right? Nobody wants to get together because of COVID.
I've only asked one person because I don't have anybody else's phone number.
You got a whole class. You guys can talk to each other.
Yeah.
Right? Remember I wanted to put together a Christmas cookie decorating party and go to everybody in the class and see what's going on, and you said, no, that's okay. Which I
didn't know.
Not, huh?
It wasn't really because of COVID, but because I just didn't really want to do it.
Right, but I was trying to do that to see who would show up and if you could actually meet some of yours. You got a lot of new classmates this year, right?
Yeah. A lot of new ones I haven't ever seen before.
Yeah.
Oh, if you're
because you finished 4th grade,
mm-hmm.
going out of 4th grade due to COVID, and then starting 5th grade, never meeting one person. You've never even met your teacher in person.
I know, it's really sad.
And you love to meet people like in person and talk to them and see them, yeah?
Not unless I know them.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Like, not strangers. I love to just go up to strangers and start talking to them. And if they tell me to get in the van, what do we do? What? What do we do? Hey, kid, come over here. Want some candy? What do you say?
Take the candy, but don't go back for seconds.
Right, because seconds is where they get you. Right? Okay. Very cute. So, anything else going on? No?
No, not really.
Yeah, that's it. Stare at a computer screen, then get off, go stare at another computer screen. You got to go outside, huh? We're going to go get skateboards this weekend, I think.
Yeah, and then you're going to teach me how to use the
Yeah,
skateboard.
you put your foot on it, balance, and with the other foot you push. There you go. You just got taught. What?
We have 5 years. We got 2 more.
Yeah, hi. Feel free to say something down below. Just chime in.
Like anything.
Anything. Yeah, anything. For the love of God, ask us a question. Because we came on here for no reason. I needed to practice. I kind of got a new setup, so I had to get that kind of figured out. So if anybody wants to type anything and say something, that'd be like super special.
I can type something.
Yeah. Yeah, type something. Let's see if it pops up.
I just typed hello.
See, it's not coming up. Oh,
Oh,
there
yay.
it is. Oh, Sophia says hello. I wonder what she's doing right now. Oh, wait, that's you. Sorry, I thought it was another Sophia. There's another Sophia I know I like her way better than you. So I like talking to her. What did we talk about the other night? Remember what you told me? We had like an hour and a half conversation.
Oh geez, it was something about being organized. And
Right,
making a
you'd watch
schedule.
Jordan Peterson,
Mm-hmm.
and you wanted to do what? What about watching him motivated you, or what did you like?
To make a very schedule that had many holes in it, but it was still a schedule.
Huh?
A schedule.
Yeah, but what'd you learn from Jordan Peterson? You were listening to him. Oh, one of your classmates, and just tuning in. What's your first name? Don't give your last name, but just what's your first name, so we know.
I don't think I gave any. She or he might be from fourth grade because I never said anything from fifth grade.
Well, it says I'm one of your classmates and just tuning in, so it could be someone from before.
And then
I think it might be.
Oh, like
from fourth grade. Remember, it was
from fourth grade,
the guy.
And then they made it into my fifth grade class, maybe.
Yeah, that's true. It's possible. I know there's a delay on this, so when we're talking and it goes out, there's a little bit of a delay. Okay, so what were we saying about Jordan Peterson? What did you like about him?
Well, I haven't watched him that much. I just
Yeah, but you came to me and you searched up a video and listened to it. So it got you motivated to what? Get organized? Make a schedule? Okay. We'll leave it at that. From your current grade.
But I never told anybody about my current anybody in my current grade about.
Maybe somebody shared it. I don't know. Or it could have been from after school, after care, somebody, and then now they're actually in your class.
Maybe.
From a while ago. There was somebody from before, but we'll figure it out at some point. Let's see here. All right, so we were talking about the Biden inauguration, but I think come on, you gotta.
I don't know what to say.
You gotta pep it up. You gotta just talk. What do you think? You talk nonstop, constantly, all the time about anything. There could be paper on the ground, and you can have a conversation about it. You get on here and you're like, I don't know. Just I don't.
Well,
I'm so
it's
shy.
It's not
girl.
interesting.
I'm only like 10 years old. Honey, it's always interesting because those conversations lead to something else.
Do you want to talk
like
about
me tackling you? Maybe you should do that right now. Just headlock on air live noogies.
Want to talk about your horrible soup that you made?
My soup? You don't like that?
The beef stew? No.
I know it's not that good. There. Nothing to talk about when I go along with it, huh?
No.
Oh. Okay. What?
Do you want to talk about the new gimbal you got?
Hold on. Music. Everyone's falling asleep. Oh. All right. My gimbal? No, I don't want to talk. People don't want to hear about my gimbal. How are you liking your headphones? You finally got headphones for Christmas.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's nice. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm actually going to do more stuff. I'm going to do some, put out a video this weekend, but I just thought we'd jump on here and get live. So what I'm going to do about this weekend is the topic is personalities, and it's going to be titled Why We Hate Trump, or Why Do People Hate Trump? Do you know why people hate Trump, Sophia? Like, hate him.
Like,
I don't love him. I don't hate him. I'm like,
well,
but I really do like his policies.
It depends on how you portray hate. Like I know Mom portrays hate as you wanna kill that person or object.
Right, but let's just move the conversation along and just assume we kind of all agree on hate. I understand the semantics of words can be important, meaning the meanings or the definition of words, not semantics, can be important, but
then what hate thing. It's just, you know, you don't, you
No, I'm asking you, why do you think people hate Trump?
Do they have a reason?
Some do. Some don't, because they just think other people hate him, so they hate him.
Mm-hmm.
They hear misinformation about him because they can't think and look at things for themselves. It's like Biden right now, right? Biden is not a good speaker. We all know that.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of what the reasoning is, he's not a good speaker. I can actually overlook that. It's the same when Bush, you weren't even alive then. We had Bush as a president. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
But when Bush was, he couldn't really talk very well. He wasn't eloquent with his speech. And it was cringy, but at the same time, you got to give people a pass. Not everybody's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're going to have flaws and faults. And if they're not the greatest speaker, that's okay. I listen to the substance of their words. Do you know what that means?
Listen to the main point of their...
Exactly, yes. Right? So you listen to the substance of what they're trying to say, not necessarily how they say it. And so I did that for Trump. I'll do it for Biden. I just got to look and see what's going to happen and what they're going to do, and critique, criticize, or appreciate what they do based on their actions.
Can I ask you questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
How do you think
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
How do you...
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
How do you...
All right, my hands are right here. Go ahead.
How do you think the next 4 years of Biden's presidency will go?
I don't think it's going to go very good.
Well?
No, I don't think it's going to go very good.
Okay.
Well is for people. So I'm not doing good. I'm doing well. I can't do good. I can do well as the way I think I'm feeling. I don't know. I was told that by someone who used to work for us, who was the queen of grammar. So I learned that. I don't think he's going to do well because of his policies. I don't like him. The reason I didn't vote for him was because he didn't have any policies, really. There was stuff he was alluding to. I think there's going to be a lot of social justice going on. So they're going to be pushing a social justice agenda where race this and race that, you know, and I mean, he just said in his speech tonight, basically called for uniting the country, and then he also called half the country white supremacist racist. I mean, literally, I watched it. That's not me saying what somebody else said.
Okay.
I was like, well, that's great. So, did you have another question?
Yes. What do you think about I haven't heard much about this, but you know when a lot of people flooded the Capitol?
Right.
What do you think about that?
Well, I think showing up and protesting was fine. I think going in was not, well, I'll lump it into two. There's some people that broke in and were smashing windows and getting in that way, and there are other people that the doors basically opened and the cops said, come on in. I mean, I've seen video of both. So at least we're the ones basically were invited in. They're roaming through the halls, going between the velvet ropes, just looking around like tourists. Okay. The people that broke in were, I think, for the most part, fanatics. There was some Antifa in there, but I think they were fanatics.
What?
They were fanatics.
Fanatics? What is that?
They're just possessed by their ideology, and in my opinion, that particular ideology was, there's this thing called QAnon, and so they thought they were there, they were really going to do something, and they're going to stop this vote, and they're going to, I don't know what they think, but they're crazy people for the most part. So you're crazy. You got crazy on the left, crazy on the right, crazy in the middle. that was a very small number of people that went into the Capitol versus the amount that showed up and were there and peaceful. Nothing else happened. Short of that, nothing else happened. Not that that's not necessarily a big deal, but they also had a sit-in when just the last, oh gosh, not the last one, but the one before. I'm totally blanking on his name. The Supreme Court Justice Kavanaugh was being sworn in. They came to the Capitol, swarmed. I think they did a sit-in and all sorts of stuff. There's been time where there's Black Panthers, I think it was 1963, are up on the steps armed with guns, like rifles, and they're standing up there and commandeered the steps. I don't know if they broke in. I actually haven't researched much of that. But that's what had happened several times over the years. So I don't know. But I'm also of the mind that the government needs to be afraid of us. They literally need to be afraid of us.
Wait.
We're up here. We're the people. It's we the people, not we the government, for a reason. Because it's we the people that are controlling this place as far as the final say-so goes with our votes and what have you. So for them to fear us a little bit, for them to have seen our presence some, that part is okay, but breaking stuff and definitely there was a cop killed and people beating each other, that is not cool at all. I don't want any, there's no call for any of that.
Okay. That leads me to my next question, which you can honestly, about all of this, you can definitely say back, question back to me if you need entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think about the Black Lives? Have you already talked about the Black Lives Matter movement?
No.
Okay, so what do you think about the Black Lives Matter, the Black Lives Matter, BLM?
Yeah, Black Lives Matter
Mm-hmm.
movement. So I think a lot of the people that were out there protesting peacefully, that's awesome. That's your First Amendment right to go out and peaceably assemble and complain. I was basically right there with you in certain respects. Like when I saw the George Floyd instance, you know about that, right?
Yes, that's what started it all again.
Right. So I watched that video. I wanted to jump through and knock that, tackle that cop off of him.
Yeah, that was definitely
the whole country was pretty much anybody that was mattered. We were all in alignment, black, white, it didn't matter. We all thought that was just horrific. And then they blew it because they started protesting to the point, not that the protesting part, but when it started getting crazy and they started
violent.
Yeah,
and
looting and rioting and stuff like that. But you have to separate the two. Not everybody that was out protesting and calling for police reform or something like that was doing anything bad. A lot of people that were true to the cause with BLM were telling people that were breaking windows or rioting or anything to stop. There was many videos of that. One side usually only shows the other side what they want them to see, and the other side only shows the other side or their side what they want them to see. And I actually pretty much don't watch any mainstream media. I get all my sources elsewhere, look at this and gauge for myself based on what I see. And what I saw was a mix of everything. There were some bad people there, and there was people out there just mad at what happened. So
also, because breaking windows and causing violence and just burning buildings, because that's something that happened, is not what they were there to do. They were there to, stress that that cop, how do I word this? That George Floyd's killing was not okay.
Right. Because it wasn't just George Floyd. It's my stance on cops. Pretty much the cops have a really hard job.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also some bad cops.
Yeah.
So are they showing all the good cops every day that are going out there and saving people's lives and being good people? There's some videos of that. There's more if you actually dig for it. But what they do show you is when there's, a bad cop. I mean, I couldn't be a cop. There's no way. I don't have the temperament for it.
Yeah,
it's
like
not my thing.
all the things they have to see, like, and
I had a good friend that was a police officer, and when he started, before he went to boot camp or whatever they call it, but I think it's like a boot camp or what have you. We would drive around, and I had to quiz him on certain things. And then once he got the academy, went through the academy, and then came out, we also would, I had to quiz him on certain things, and then he went to riding a motorcycle. So we would ride around together a little bit. I couldn't ride much, but, he became really good at it. And there's a lot of stuff, but he would call me sometimes or we'd talk, and he's like, I had to drag a dog off the freeway and sit next to it while it bled out, meaning while it died, right? And then he would watch horrific car accidents where the car would flip over and the whole family in there would die, or they're dead, like upon impact, upon arrival. And I could go on and on with stories, but he would see all that, and it weighs on you. Like, I get it. And you're like, breathe. Yes, Papa. The dog. That's so interesting. Right. So it weighs on you, and then you see just other people, humanity that is just depraved. You get, if you're doing a traffic stop, you're walking up to a car. You have no idea who's in it. You have no idea if they have a gun or what's going on, or you're responding to a domestic, abuse at somebody's house. You kind of know what's going on, but you really don't know till you get there. Yes.
Also, they have to make choices that honestly can depend on their life,
right,
or their job,
right,
or
it's
actually
stressful.
a lot of things.
And then go ahead.
Can I finish? Yeah, thank you. Because is this person pulling out a gun, or is it their car keys or whatever? Yeah, it could be whatever. So you have to take a chance. Like, are you going to take the shot? Because they might be pulling out a gun. They might be pulling out their cell phone. Who knows?
Right. And then there's others we've seen, like George Floyd, the killer, or the cop that killed him that was ridiculous.
Like, he was just a bad cop.
Yeah, in that situation, there was just, I don't know, man. It was out of his mind. But then there's other cops I've seen do stupid stuff. So, like anything in society, there's good people and bad people. Then, like anybody in society, there's people that are good, but they're not meant for that job. And then they do bad stuff. That's something I've learned. So if you work at a certain job and you do a certain thing and you're great at it, much more success. Somebody else could work at that same job and not be good at it at all and cause a heap of trouble. So It goes for doctors, pilots, policemen. I mean, you go on and on. Lawyers, it doesn't matter. Just you name it. We're all humans at the end of the day. So you have to give them some grace and some space and understanding. And then also, if it's not working out, they got to be able to, that needs to be evaluated much sooner so that they can be vetted out.
Mm-hmm. Also, another good quote from like Harry Potter actually is, "Dad, that's my cup. It doesn't have a J on it."
That's S for Super Dad. Go ahead. Super Dad.
You should have gotten your own cup. So again, the world isn't really divided into good and bad. This is in my opinion, but the world isn't divided into good and bad. We all have good and bad inside of it. It's us. It's just kind of what side we choose to act upon. And also, there could be influences that influence us to do bad things.
Correct.
Like drugs.
Yeah, or just people. Right, but it's how you're programmed and built. What your foundation is growing up as to the decisions you make later has a huge effect on you. You want to fix 90% of the world's problems? Start having good parents. Start raising good kids. Being a good parent raises good kids. You know, you're not going to be perfect, and there's always going to be, you know, a certain small percentage that when raised really properly, there's something maybe not right or something bad happens or it's just whatever and it doesn't work out. And maybe later on they come back around, but yeah.
Yeah, and so there's a lot that can influence a person to be a good person, a bad person,
right. But I think
a gray
the parent
person.
is the biggest
Influence.
Right, because it's programming you while you're young. So when
Yes.
you're little right now,
Uh-huh.
you're 10, since you were born, I've been trying to program you in a way that
Will set me up for life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you think for yourself, logic, right? What do I tell you? I tell you, challenge me. If you don't agree with me, challenge me. Do it respectfully, thoughtfully, but absolutely challenge me.
Yeah, it's like scars. When you're young and you get a scar, it will most likely stay there for the whole of your life.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're a little bit older and you get cut or something, it most likely will not leave a scar. So it's like
No.
No.
It's actually kind of the opposite.
Really?
Yeah. I think you get a scar as a kid, the younger you are, it heals better, I believe. And then once you kind of reach a certain age, when you get a scar, you get a scar. It's there forever. But it's being raised is, so like when you get a scar on your skin and it stays with you for life, being raised in a certain way that is damaging creates a scar inside of you.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like
I thought maybe that's what you're
like a kind of like a brain scar.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
A mind scar. Where it has damaged a certain part of your brain. So now when you're older, you're viewing life through that lens, right? And you're programmed in a certain way to react a certain way. So I've had that. I've had to reprogram that.
Yeah, it's like
I keep working on it all the time.
So when you were younger, you've had a bad childhood. So you've literally needed to erase all that you've been taught to certain extents,
mm-hmm.
and relearn it. And that could take a long time to
I erased so much I forgot how to talk for a month.
Really?
No. I'm just kidding. No, but I did, right? Because you still have to. So it's a hard drive. The second you're born, the hard drive starts recording. And it's writing, and it's writing, and it's writing all this information and all this data, taking in everything from around you, and good or bad. And then when it's bad, though, and you start getting these results from that programming that aren't going your way, if you can become aware enough, you go, hey, I don't like this. I got to change it. I got to change my programming. How you do that and go about it is a whole nother discussion. But once you start digging in, the first thing you have to do is accept responsibility. Even though it wasn't you that programmed it, now it doesn't matter. You're in charge of you, and you have the responsibility to change it. No one can do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're done. You think we should be done? We've been on too long.
No.
Yeah.
I like talking. It's only been 43 minutes.
That's a lot.
That's not a long time.
It's 8:13. Honey, I gotta start drinking before you go to bed. You know that's a joke.
Yeah.
I don't drink at all, hardly. Mm-hmm. I think you saw me have, a drink at Christmas. It's about as...
Which was wine, and like beer and eggnog or something?
Something like that, yeah.
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 And also gravy. Wine and gravy.
The wine and the gravy was good. Mwah. Mamma mia. Mangia, tutto mangia. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for watching the Quarantine with Coffee with Sophia, or with John and...
Sophia.
Or Papa and... What's your name?
Sophia.
Yeah, okay. All right, bye-bye.